So I'll start in about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. We'll be starting soon. Should have a sign going, we'll start soon. So I'm going to write it. Okay, we'll start soon. Give me a moment. We'll start in just a minute. Hi, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mystic Moons is here to make a commentary and to take a reading on what is happening with our leadership. So it seems like we have Elon Musk. Everybody knows who he is. And we have Donald J. Trump. Now, doesn't that mix? It's like cayenne pepper and Tabasco, or cayenne pepper and ice cream. Not ice cream. We don't do ice cream because it's Joe Biden. And tobacco. Right. We have tobacco and cayenne pepper being together. Now, sometimes I get the feeling when I see the both of them together, which I just follow blips here and there. And it seems as though sharing the stage could be an issue down the line. Right now, we know that Musk is packing cash in Trump's pocket. So he's happy. He's happy. In fact, if somebody was packing cash in my pocket, I'd be happy too. And you too, and you too, and you too. However, 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 this it seems as though they're not equal buddies, equal buds. Something seems to be a little awkward between the both of them. Something seems to be strange. Don't you think? I mean, there's Trump. He has his wife that he uses on occasion, and they show fidelity and partnership and so forth and so on. And then there's Musk jumping up and down like an insane jack in the box. And he can do this, he can do that, and he uses. I think Trump is very careful about the language he uses in public. I could be wrong. However, Musk just fires out the F word left and right. And you get the feeling that he really doesn't. He says, I'm so bloody rich. I'm so bloody rich that I don't give a damn who or what I say to. I mean, the ego level of both of these billionaires is kind of hard to take. It's hard to take for the bourgeoisie and for the, scaling down on the financial side people. So, I mean, and then lately, it seems as though, okay, we get it that Musk put money in Trump. But this is the closest he's ever been to real power. I mean, real power, the adoration of the masses, and he just loves it. However, you have these people who ordinarily would be toxic to each other form partnerships. JFK, Musk, and Vivek Ramaswamy. Now, lately we've been hearing something today, in fact, that Musk is very much into foreign workers. They both, Vivek and Elon, both said something to the effect that American workers are stupid. Stupid and untrained. Stupid is S-H-I-T. And the fact that if it wasn't for foreign workers to open the door and cross the T's, dot the I's, American workers would be sitting on their couch, watching Netflix, and eating Doritos. You got the idea, right? I mean, that was a big slight against American workers. Now, what does this billionaire actually know any American workers? Do they actually know anybody who actually sweats for that bi-weekly paycheck? Do they actually do? And do they think, of course, politicians, once they get up there, they think that their constituents, the American people, as well as the German people, the French people, are stupid. And they have all sorts of adjectives that we don't have to go into, but they feel that way. And you have to admit that it's kind of like, that's painful. That's painful. That's painful. I mean, what is it that makes someone get in front of media, television, radio, a couple of reporters on their tail, and they think that all of a sudden they're like the astronaut, the moon pilot, the planet Jupiter, and everything else, everyone else is just space dust. Space dust. I mean, we can safely say that they were thought of constituents, the populations are thought of as space dust. Now, let's ask Spirit, what exactly? Now, we see this bromance'ship of Musk and Trump. And it's hard for Trump to last with anybody too long. We saw that in the first administration. Now, do you really think 4 years later of like going through the school of hard knocks, at least on surface value, do you think anything's really changed with not Musk, with Trump? Trump is basically, he loves to act the part. However, this is the first time he's had such serious competition of somebody who jumps up and down, wears ridiculous outfits at times, and has a loose mouth. And besides, not only that, he's loaded with dinero, loaded with cash. It's big mouth, big cash, big tech. That's a lot of things for Donald Trump to take. And how long? First of all, let's see. Is Elon Trump's handler? Let's just see. Now, let's just see. Is he his handler? All right. We'll take 3 cards because that's not the. We know that each one is using the other. We know that. These cards came out. I'm going to stick them back in. Let me see. I'm going to stick them back in. I don't want that one. All right. Now let's see. Okay. Here we go. Is Elon Musk Trump's handler? All right. Let's see. Take 3 of these cards. I'll take those. Oh, actually, we got 4. Okay, we got 4. And let's take a couple from this deck. Or perhaps we should see first what we have. We should probably see what we have first. But let's just pull. What do we have here? All right. Is he his handler? All right. There we go. Now we have 7 cards. Let's see. No, we have 8, actually. All right. Let's see the first card that we have. Now we have the King of Pentacles. That's obviously Elon. Elon being the handler. Because Pentacles, the cash. There's nobody has more cash than Elon, and he's happy to tell you all the time how rich he is. Look at my. And the Ace of Pentacles. Another thing denoting wealth and ideas. And this is his time. I can get the whole chips in all Americans' hands, bodies. He's just roaring with laughter. And here we have the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, is this an indication of cash? The King of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. I would say very, very, very well. Very, very indeed. Elon. And then we have the Knight of Cups. I would say that Elon is Trump's handler for now. He's his handler right now. Which is why Trump shares the stage. And then here in this deck, we have the Sneak card. I think Trump is biding his time. Oh, look at that. And then we have the 5 of Swords. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now you can understand that with that Elon Musk sloppy private life. Sloppy in terms of 3 babies mamas. And he's probably looking for 4, 5, and 6 and spreading his apple seeds around. That isn't quite sitting too well with the lady with Melissa. Not Melissa. Trump's wife. Melania. She's not quite sitting too well, or even with women in general. So it seems as though, indeed, I would say that Trump is being handled by Elon Musk. It looks that way. There's so much King of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, 2 Knights of Pentacles, 1 Knight of Cups, and then this sly overtone. This sly overtone, we'd like to understand these 5 of Swords and these 7 of Swords. You can see there's the underlining fed upness. There's a time, there's a tension in there. And the question is, and we even said, even the title of this reading, who will cut each other's throats first? And what do we draw on? And this deck seems to always pull out everything, especially with underhanded methods. And we see here with these two cards here that they're on each other's nerves. I would say Elon is on Trump's nerves. Trump says you wouldn't be anywhere if you didn't come on my coattails. Elon says you wouldn't be anywhere if I didn't buy the coat that you're wearing now. I mean, how long does a relationship like that last? Tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat. And of course, right now, we know that we're in a recession. The United States is in recession. United States is in inflation. United States is no jobs. Or the jobs are very few. But of course, these billionaires are saying, where would we be without more imported workers? Even though there's no jobs for the workers here. And they keep on saying highly specialized, highly skilled, as though American workers are not skilled. A joke, a joke, a joke, a bad joke. But when you're that much money, I guess you could say whatever you want and you sleep well at night. Now, since Trump campaigned on getting jobs back in the United States, of getting jobs back in the hands of Americans, and then he all of a sudden goes, even before he's in the office, he gets squeamish. And he's saying that, I agree, we should keep, foreign workers, highly skilled visas, we should have more. We should have more. You know why we should have more? Because you pay $5 as opposed to paying $125 an hour. But of course they make it up, the elsewhere foreign skilled workers, I'll just put it that way, with their $5 to $15 per hour, with the amount of hours they pull in. If it takes a U.S. worker, let's say 20 hours to do something at that rate mentioned prior, it will take, let's see, what we said, 10 hours, 20 hours. It will take the foreign worker of the tech worker, it would take that person 80 hours, 2 weeks, 80 hours at least, and there would still be mistakes. Fact. Ask anyone. Ask and be honest. It would take them. And they can say, oh, it's the language thing, it's this, it's that. They know how to, whether you pay a certain amount of money all at once and you have the job done, or you pay 3 weeks or 4 weeks down the line and the job is still patchy. That's what foreign workers have done to date and continue to date, as well as a lot of American workers have been training their foreign counterparts to take their place. So, I mean, we have a big issue here. And Trump is disappointing a lot of people who would like to work, would like to have a job. Now, Trump needs love. He thrives on love. He does. Elon, he just goes the F word to you. You're too stupid to understand. Trump may think we're stupid, however, but he doesn't F us off, as Elon would. Now, right there, that's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. So we could do another reading here, and let's see who will cut each other's throats. Do you understand what I'm saying? One says, this is my scene, and the other one said, I paid for it. So that's basically the difference. That's basically the union of the two. Now, who will cut each other first? I mean, can they make it 3 weeks from now as a unit? They're trying their best. However, it's more than a little disappointing with the foreign worker visa program. It's not really appreciated considering the low job numbers, and blatantly saying that Americans are too damn stupid, which we need foreigners to work the jobs. Otherwise, we'd be up even bigger Sewage creek. I'll put that sewage creek. Now, between Elon and Trump, who will cut the other's throat first? Okay. Will Elon cut Trump's throat first? He could do that. He doesn't care. All right. We have here the emperor. That sounds very much like Elon says, I have the brains. And then we have 7 of cups. And then that could be the attitude of, so what? So what? So what? Or just not doing anything right away, but contemplating something. Then we have the Knight of Wands. A message. Could be, too, that each party thinks the other is not paying attention to the other party. So they get this kind of, we get along, but in the meantime, they have backseat motions going on. And then we have justice, which means there will be a showdown. So did Elon cut first? I think since it's basically Trump's scene, and Trump is not hanging around anyone who's poor, that Elon very well be the one to cut the umbilical cord first. Because his ego and his need, he's not going to cut the whole thing entirely. No. He's going to make sure he has certain gains before he does. So there won't be any cutting of the cord right away from Elon's part. Musk's part. No. There won't be, but there will be a jump. And he will make sure that he cuts after he gets his deals. Now, so let's see, will Trump throw him off? I can't see Trump getting rid of anybody who has that much money so easily. Even though Trump likes to keep at least a couple dozen big money makers around him. And we can safely say that Elon Musk is a visible face of some of them. He's not the only billionaire that these billionaires are fishing from, but he's one who has a very particular agenda, and also too, you know what I was thinking? Now we all know about clones and copies and robots, right? Well, how much would it take for the man who has unlimited supply of money, factories, etc., for Elon to get a little bit of Trump's DNA, even take the measurements of Trump? I mean, I'm sure his measurements are well known. Could Elon not make a clone, a double of Trump? Is there doubles of Trump? It's possible, especially with somebody who makes robots. Maybe he's making some Trump sleeves, as they call them, sleeves. You can take your consciousness and download it into a sleeve. And then with Trump, with Elon's money, he can... Sleeves don't live that long, by the way. I mean, there's different grades of sleeves. There's A, B, C grades of sleeves. And perhaps they use this politically already. We don't know. And we would not be able to find out. But it's an idea, isn't it? It's something to think about and reflect. A man who says, we must be connected to the cloud. We must put a chip in our brains. He has robots, and not those white and black 5'8" ones for 20K. Those are just toys in comparison with what he really has. But he's just throwing it out there. Let's see now. Will Trump grow cautious of Elon's true nature. True nature. All right, let's see. We have here the Eight of Swords. It's almost as though Trump can feel the prickle down the back of his neck of what when Elon smiles. It's almost a smile of a predator. He's laughing and his teeth could even be pointed. And he's licking his chops, thinking about what he can make, what kind of double he can make on Trump. And the power, the influence, and he would not have to bother with the actual person, would he? No. And then here we have, again, we just randomly picked the Knight of Wands. They're both kind of jumpy in this situation, aren't they? Jumpy. Oh, and he feels, and this is Trump getting rid of, this particular reading, Trump getting rid of Elon first. He feels a burden by the fact that he knows this man cannot be totally trusted because he's too loosely hinged, he's too zangy, he's too this, he's too that. Yes. I would say that Trump is more uptight about Elon than Elon is. So I would see right now, Trump is making plans. We have the Tower. We have the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Wands. We have the Eight of Swords. This is Trump getting, unloading Elon first. And look at this. We have the message. He's already putting feelers, how to make sure. Because with a person who makes robots, with a person on that level, we know the level is indetectable from actual humans. He's a little too zangy and he's a little too quick with unchoice words and phrases. And he's detached. And even if, and also too, one thing you can always say about Elon, one of his kids hates his guts. And is still a young child, a teenager. And he hates his father. It makes you think. Now, why? He knows things that we don't know. And we also know about Elon's father, his birth father. There's a story or two about that in terms of his ward that he ended up having a child with. There's a lot of things. Trump does things A, B, C, D. He does things, and if he does this sneak thing, he does it quietly. He doesn't flaunt it as though it was a bouquet. Everything Trump does is not a bouquet of flowers, whereas everything Elon does is considered by him to be God's gift. So we can already see that there's turmoil on the side of that relationship. That bromance'ship isn't exactly what it seems. It's not exactly what it seems. And it is to be watched. Trump is on guard about this. He's playing publicity. He's playing the tune that he needs to right now. But I can see that Trump is not exactly sold on the obvious. So I would say he's guarded. Trump is guarded. And there's not exactly as it appears to be, as it seems. All right, I am going to, hello. What do you think? Greetings. Don't you think that this mix is just too kinky? Elon Musk, they're both men, around the same age, But one is more, I mean, the fact that, like, during the convention, that Elon jumped up and down, up and down, up and down, like he was a soccer ball, a basketball. I mean, it wasn't all that exciting. What? And the fact that he likes to be the center of attention, and so does Donald J. Trump. Like to be the center of attention. And the most that Donald Trump will do is move his arms left and right and put a red hat, which we all know the Hopi prophecy that he's acting out with the red hat. But 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 Elon Musk says, I don't need to wear a red hat per se. I can make clones. I can make sleeves of people. I make robots. I can make you into a robot. That sends chills. It sends chills. It is definitely something that you have to watch. And the showtime is just getting started. We're going to have one clash after another clash after another clash. And the American people are going, not that the ones who really look up to him, do they expect changes? Are they going to get changes? Maybe we won't have intersex locker rooms anymore. But that was always conditioned to be like the distraction anyhow. We all know that. But Donald Trump is watching his step in terms of Elon Musk. That we can definitely say is a fact. Is a fact. All right. I'm going to shove off now. I had to get that off into the ether about, is Elon Musk Donald Trump's handler? And I would say right now, it's a tug of war. And he is acting as though he is. However, Donald Trump isn't exactly all that pleased about it. He is suspicious. Let's say the Klan is suspicious. But they're going along with it right now because it's a savvy thing to do. But we have to ask, is it? Is it? Is it? Tension is in the air. Tension is in the air. And those two aren't as chummy as it is perceived for them to be. Well, thank you very much. And I'm going to head out, and you ponder these things too. Like, look at that relationship. Would you be all that cozy comfy if you had Elon Musk sponsoring you and you had a unique position? Elon Musk with his robot factories? Would you be? I don't think so. All right. Until next time, think about it. Bye-bye.